Father stood alone in the heart of Mortis, trembling. His eyes, ancient, weary, gazed into the Force, piercing through the veil of time itself. What he saw horrified him. A massive sphere of durasteel and death, a weapon capable of destroying entire worlds in seconds, and at its helm, a presence he knew all too well. Darkness, pure, unrelenting darkness. "No," the father whispered, his voice cracked with desperation. "This cannot be allowed." He turned toward the chamber where Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka waited, unaware that their mission on Mortis was about to become something far greater. The father's hands trembled as he reached out through the Force. Time was fragile here, malleable. He had sworn never to interfere beyond Mortis, but this was different. The galaxy would burn if he did nothing. "Anakin Skywalker," the father's voice echoed through the stone halls. "Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka Tano, come to me, now." The three Jedi entered, confused. Obi-Wan spoke first. "Father, what's wrong? We were preparing to leave." "You cannot leave," the father interrupted, his voice heavy with sorrow. "Not yet, not as you are." Anakin stepped forward, concerned. "What do you mean?" The father raised his hand. The air around them shimmered. Reality itself began to bend. "I am sending you forward," the father said, 20 years into your future, to a time when hope is nearly dead and a weapon of ultimate destruction threatens all life. "Wait, what?" Ahsoka gasped. "You will destroy this weapon," the father commanded, "or the galaxy will fall into eternal shadow." Before any of them could protest, everything exploded into blinding light. When the light faded, they were no longer on Mortis. They stood on cold metal flooring, alarms blared, and outside the viewport, a battle raged between rebel ships and the largest space station they had ever seen. Chaos. That was the only word for it. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka stumbled as the ship lurched violently. Red emergency lights bathed everything in crimson. Explosions thundered outside the hull. Where are we?" Ahsoka gasped, igniting her lightsabers on instinct. Obi-Wan steadied himself against the wall, eyes scanning their surroundings. "This is a military vessel, but not Republic." A rebel soldier sprinted past them, barely noticing the three confused Jedi. He shouted into his comlink, "Hull breach on Deck 7! We're losing pressure!" Anakin grabbed the soldier's arm. "Hey, what's going on? What battle is this?" The soldier stared at him like he'd lost his mind. "What battle? We're attacking the Death Star! Now let go before we all die!" He yanked free and ran. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka exchanged stunned looks. "Death Star?" Anakin repeated slowly. Obi-Wan moved toward a viewport. What he saw drained the color from his face. A space station, enormous, moon-sized, bristling with turbo lasers that tore through rebel fighters like insects, and behind it, the cold, methodical formation of Imperial Star Destroyers. "The Empire," Obi-Wan whispered. "The Republic, it's gone." Ahsoka joined him at the viewport, horror washing over her. "How long were we gone? What happened?" Before anyone could answer, the ship's speakers crackled to life. "All fighters, this is Red Leader. We're beginning our attack on the thermal exhaust port. It's our only shot. If we fail, the rebellion dies today." Anakin's eyes widened. He turned to Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. "We need to get out there, now!" They ran toward the hangar bay, unaware that deep within the Death Star's corridors, a dark, masked figure stopped mid-step. He felt something impossible. Darth Vader turned his helmet toward the battle and ignited his crimson blade. The shuttle screamed through space toward the Death Star. Anakin gripped the controls, his knuckles white. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. A presence, dark, twisted, familiar. "Anakin?" Obi-Wan noticed his former Padawan's face had gone pale. "What is it?"
Anakin didn't answer. His breathing quickened. The Force pressed against his mind like a crushing weight. Flashes, burning lava, screaming, Padme's face filled with fear. "You were my brother, Anakin!" A black mask descending, mechanical breathing. Anakin gasped, shaking his head violently. No, that's not Anakin!" Ahsoka's voice snapped him back. She pointed out the viewport. "Look!" On the Death Star's exterior platform, a figure emerged. Tall, cloaked in black armor, a crimson lightsaber ignited in his hand. Even from this distance, Anakin felt him. The darkness, the rage, the regret. "Who is that?" Ahsoka whispered. Obi-Wan's eyes narrowed. "I don't know, but whoever he is, he's powerful." Anakin stared at the figure. His hands trembled on the controls. The armored warrior turned his helmet directly toward their shuttle, and in that moment, Anakin knew. The Force screamed the truth into his soul. That wasn't just a Sith Lord. That was him, 20 years older, twisted, corrupted, consumed by the dark side. "No," Anakin's voice cracked. That's not possible." "Anakin, what's wrong?" Obi-Wan pressed. Anakin couldn't speak. He could only stare in horror at the monster he would become. Ahsoka leaned closer, sensing his terror. "Sky Guy, what's wrong?" Anakin's voice came out as barely a whisper. "That's me." Silence filled the cockpit. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka stared at him, then back at the black-armored figure, and deep within the Force, Darth Vader felt them too. He recognized their presence, and he began to hunt. The shuttle docked in Hangar Bay 12. Stormtroopers marched past, oblivious. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka had stolen Imperial officer uniforms from an equipment locker. They moved quickly, heads down, blending into the flow of personnel. "Stay calm," Obi-Wan whispered. "We've done this before." Ahsoka glanced around nervously. "Yeah, but back then we knew what we were fighting for." Anakin said nothing. His mind still reeled from the revelation. That armored figure, that darkness, that's me. He forced himself to focus. They had a mission: destroy the Death Star, stop the Empire, prevent whatever led him down that path. "There," Obi-Wan pointed to a terminal. "We need a schematic. Find the reactor core." Ahsoka moved to the console, slicing through security protocols with practiced ease. Within seconds, a blueprint of the Death Star appeared. Her eyes widened. "This thing is massive. The reactor's buried deep, 20 levels down past security checkpoints and garrison stations." Anakin studied the map. "Then we move fast, hit them before they know we're here." "Anakin, we can't just fight our way through an entire space station," Obi-Wan cautioned. "We don't have a choice, Master." Anakin's voice hardened. "If that weapon fires, millions die, maybe billions." Obi-Wan hesitated, then nodded. "All right, but we stay together, no heroisms." They moved through the corridors, silent, efficient, deadly. Old tactics, Clone Wars instincts. But this wasn't separatist droids they were facing. These were stormtroopers, elite, trained, loyal to an empire built on fear. And as they descended deeper into the station, alarms blared, red lights flooded the hallways, a cold, mechanical voice echoed through the comms. "Intruders detected. Sector 7. All units respond." Anakin ignited his lightsaber. "They know we're here." Obi-Wan and Ahsoka did the same, blue and green blades humming to life. Stormtroopers poured into the corridor, dozens of them, but behind them, moving through the shadows like death itself, Darth Vader appeared. His crimson blade ignited, and he spoke, his voice a twisted, mechanical rasp. "So you've come." Vader moved like a storm. His crimson blade slashed through the air with terrifying precision. Each strike was heavy, powerful, unrelenting. Obi-Wan blocked the first blow, barely. The impact sent shockwaves through his arms. "Master!" Anakin charged forward, blue blade clashing against Vader's red. The two locked sabers. Anakin stared into the dark lenses of Vader's helmet and felt the raw hatred radiating from within. "Who are you?" Anakin demanded. Vader's voice was cold, mechanical. "I am what you will become." Anakin's blood ran cold. Vader shoved Anakin back with brutal strength, then turned toward Obi-Wan, who was struggling to stand. "Kenobi," Vader growled, "you left me to burn." Obi-Wan froze. That voice, beneath the machine, he recognized it. "No," Obi-Wan whispered. "Anakin?" Vader lunged. Their blades met in a violent clash of red and blue. Sparks exploded. The walls scorched from the heat. Obi-Wan fought desperately, but Vader was faster, stronger, fueled by 20 years of rage. "You failed me!" Vader roared, slamming Obi-Wan to the ground. Ahsoka screamed, "Get away from him!" She leapt between them, both lightsabers raised. Vader paused, his helmet tilted slightly. Ahsoka Tano.
What did you just say?" Vader raised his blade. "You were warned to stay away from me, Snips." Ahsoka's heart shattered. Only one person ever called her that. "Anakin," she whispered. Vader struck. "No!" Obi-Wan surged forward, lightsaber ignited. He intercepted Vader's strike just inches from Ahsoka's face. The blades screamed against each other, red against blue, light against dark. "Run!" Obi-Wan shouted. "Both of you, go!" Anakin scrambled to his feet. "Master, we can't! Go!" Obi-Wan's voice carried the weight of command, of finality. Vader pressed harder, driving Obi-Wan back step by step. "You cannot save them, old man," Vader hissed. "You couldn't even save me." Obi-Wan's eyes filled with sorrow. "I failed you once, Anakin. I won't fail you again." With a sudden burst of Force energy, Obi-Wan shoved Vader backward. Then he turned to Anakin. Their eyes met, master and apprentice, one last time. "You have a choice," Obi-Wan said softly. "He didn't, but you do." Anakin's breath caught. "Master, don't—" "Destroy this station," Obi-Wan interrupted. "Save the galaxy. Prove that the future can be changed." Vader recovered, charging forward with murderous intent. Obi-Wan smiled sadly. "May the Force be with you, always." He deactivated his lightsaber. Vader's blade pierced through him. "No!" Anakin screamed. Obi-Wan collapsed, but his body didn't fall. It shimmered and vanished, becoming one with the Force. Ahsoka stood frozen, tears streaming down her face. Vader stared at the empty space where Obi-Wan had been. His mechanical breathing faltered. For just a moment, something flickered behind the mask. Regret. Anakin felt it too, through the Force. A crack in the darkness. He ignited his lightsaber, stepping forward. His voice was steady, determined. "You're not my future," Anakin said. "Not anymore." Vader's fists clenched. The moment of hesitation vanished. "Then you will die like him," Vader snarled. He raised his blade, and the two Anakin Skywalkers, past and future, collided. Blue clashed against red. Anakin and Vader moved like mirrors. Same style, same techniques, same fury. But Vader had years of experience, decades of combat, endless battles forged in hatred. Anakin was younger, faster, but not yet broken by the dark side. "You fight well," Vader admitted, blocking a vicious overhead strike, "but you lack conviction." "I don't need hatred to beat you," Anakin shouted, pressing the attack. Their sabers locked. Vader leaned closer. "Then you've already lost." He slammed Anakin backward with a force push, sending him crashing through a viewport into an adjacent chamber. Ahsoka seized her chance. She lunged at Vader, twin blades spinning in a whirlwind of green and blue light. Vader turned, almost bored, and blocked every strike effortlessly. "Ahsoka," he said coldly, "you were always predictable."
Her heart twisted, hearing her master's voice, so corrupted, so twisted, hurt worse than any wound. "What happened to you?" she cried, slashing at his chest. Vader caught her blade mid-swing with the Force, holding it in place telekinetically. "I became what I was always meant to be." He twisted his hand. Ahsoka's lightsaber was ripped from her grip, clattering across the floor. She stumbled back, defenseless. Vader approached slowly, deliberately. "You should have stayed away, Snips," he said quietly. "I didn't want you to see this." Ahsoka's eyes filled with tears. "I won't leave you, Sky Guy. Not again." Vader raised his blade for the killing blow, but hesitated just for a heartbeat. Behind his mask, something cracked, a memory. "You're reckless, little one." "So are you, Master." Laughter, warmth, light. Vader's breathing became ragged. His blade trembled. Ahsoka saw it, the conflict. "Anakin," she whispered, "I know you're still in there." Vader's hand shook, and then Anakin crashed back into the room, bloodied but alive. He raised his lightsaber toward Vader. "Step away from her," Anakin commanded. "Now." Blue clashed against red. Anakin and Vader moved like mirrors. Same style, same techniques, same fury. But Vader had years of experience, decades of combat, endless battles forged in hatred. Anakin was younger, faster, but not yet broken by the dark side. "You fight well," Vader admitted, blocking a vicious overhead strike, "but you lack conviction." "I don't need hatred to beat you," Anakin shouted, pressing the attack. Their sabers locked. Vader leaned closer. "Then you've already lost." He slammed Anakin backward with a force push, sending him crashing through a viewport into an adjacent chamber. Ahsoka seized her chance. She lunged at Vader, twin blades spinning in a whirlwind of green and blue light. Vader turned, almost bored, and blocked every strike effortlessly. "Ahsoka," he said coldly, "you were always predictable." Her heart twisted, hearing her master's voice, so corrupted, so twisted, hurt worse than any wound. "What happened to you?" she cried, slashing at his chest. Vader caught her blade mid-swing with the Force, holding it in place telekinetically. "I became what I was always meant to be." He twisted his hand. Ahsoka's lightsaber was ripped from her grip, clattering across the floor. She stumbled back, defenseless. Vader approached slowly, deliberately. "You should have stayed away, Snips," he said quietly. "I didn't want you to see this." Ahsoka's eyes filled with tears. "I won't leave you, Sky Guy. Not again." Vader raised his blade for the killing blow, but hesitated just for a heartbeat. Behind his mask, something cracked, a memory. "You're reckless, little one." "So are you, Master." Laughter, warmth, light. Vader's breathing became ragged. His blade trembled. Ahsoka saw it, the conflict. "Anakin," she whispered, "I know you're still in there." Vader's hand shook, and then Anakin crashed back into the room, bloodied but alive. He raised his lightsaber toward Vader. "Step away from her," Anakin commanded. "Now."